Here we go. This thing definitely ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but I've definitely got some good use out of it. And I pretty much use this power supply for low drive 4 pills, meaning 4 1446, 4 2290s, any amp like that and down and lower. 2 pill, 3 pills, and I'm about to show you now running a 5 pill on it, all 2879s. It'll pull it just fine if you're not driving a lot into the 5 pill. If you're just driving a simple 4-watt radio into it, it actually holds it decently. So you can pretty much say this is a good power supply for a 5 pill down to a 2 pill. It's a unregulated supply. This supposedly came out of a 911 center. I bought it from a buddy of mine in the past, and I just don't need it anymore. It's just taking up room, and I've got a voltmeter hooked up to it. Yeah, if you want that, I'll give that with it too. It's just a voltmeter I used to have hooked up with it, so it floats at a low voltage. I've always wondered. You see, you've got these 3 wires right here. These appear to be the secondary. If one of those wires are actually the high tap, meaning if this is actually right now on the medium tap. I've been curious about that, but I'd have to open up this thing to check, really, and I never did. So there may be a higher tap you could connect to, but just as it is, you know, I'm explaining. If you want to get technical with it, there is other outputs on this thing that are lower voltage. I don't know what they were running with it. Maybe the radio's over at the 911 center or something. But anyway, so let me hook up a 4-watt radio to this 5 pill right here. This is a 4-watt. This is my personal 5 pill right here, all metal clad, all 2879 Toshibas. This baby right here has been keyed and keyed and keyed and stressed, and it is still rocking and rolling. I had this thing keyed up for, I think it's 4 or 5 minutes straight one time in the Mobile. I was a little upset that day for some reason. So anyway, just driving 4 watts RMS in this thing, so I'm hitting it with about 20 watts of drive. Okay, that drops the supply down to right there about 14 volts. So that's a pretty low 13.9, 14 volts. Gives about 200 bird. About 600 watts. So that's just the baseline. So basically, as you see, basically this power supply right here is good for a 600 watt box and below. So that's why I said pretty much a 4 pill 1446, 4 pill 2290, 3 pill 2 2879s. This right here is 5 2879s, one driving 4. Of course, you know, it's not getting all the current it needs, you know, and it's dropping this thing pretty much past the duty cycle. But yeah, so if I hit this with a bigger radio, it's the supply will drop a little bit lower than I would be running it to. So here's your chance to get a power supply that's cheap. I'm gonna sell it pretty cheap because I know the shipping will be a little heavy. So this is your chance to get a quick power supply for your low drive 4 pill, your 3 pill or your 2 pill, etc. That you don't have to pay too much for. And the connections for it is on the back right here. You'll see where it says positive and negative. I'll be taking this wire off before I send it. Just use your own wire, of course. You'll have positive, negative, and I'll send this right here with it, this voltmeter. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. No. There you go. Off to eBay it goes. Yeah, I just wanted to add one quick thing. That I'd never took the cover off this supply before, but it does have a regulator board right here, as you see, and it's got a 9.6 volt output, and as you can see on the voltmeter right there, a 14.6 volt output. So then I was curious, well, I wonder if that 14.6 volt output will be good to run your radio off of. Well, I've got a decent little Cobra 29 right here hooked up to it, which is the black and red wire that I have cut from this harness right here. I guess this harness plugged into something. I guess the 911 centers probably ran the radios off this right here. And I don't know, maybe this right here ran the amplifiers. I don't know. I don't really know how all that's set up. But anyway, got the radio hooked up to it, and it doesn't even fluctuate when I key at all. Well, give me 1 second. Let me plug up the coax again. I had unplugged it. Hopefully I didn't fry the MOSFET in it just then. Ooh. Nah. Oh. Right there, about 8-9 bird. See, it don't fluctuate hardly at all. Just a second ago it wasn't fluctuating, period. But anyway, 14.65 and just drops to 14.60. So that port right there is more than adequate to run a radio. So I just wanted to add that to it, so you could run your radio and your amplifier off this same supply. Now I haven't ran both at once. I guess that'd be a good test to run, is to actually run both at once. I done took that amp in the house now, but it shouldn't mean anything. This is total different regulated. It's separate from this, so this should continue to be regulated even if this drops, because it's not running off the output of this. It's running off the well, it is running off the output of this. But see, I still don't even understand how the whole thing is set up. This transformer right here could be for this, but I don't know. You know, I hadn't sat here and tried to follow everything 100%. But one thing I did find out is it does have a regulated 14.5, 14.6 output, so you can run a radio off that port. So that's pretty neat. But anyway, I just want to add that in there before I add it to eBay. Or you'll be watching this because it is on eBay. Anyway, have a good one. 73s, I'm going.